With all the holes we've made in the timeline, it was bound to split. 2 to 3 or 2 to a west, just know we'll never quit. 23 full years of questing to base for deaths, but that's a given. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2007. Welcome back to May 15th, 2007. We're here in Keldagrim, because we're going on a shopping spree. We got future things that are going to need plenty of money, but also current things that we could also spend more money on. Namely, construction. We're going to be training some construction. We're also at the point here where we can actually make use of construction in expensive ways. Already went around gathering soft clay, teak planks, and bolts of cloth. Now we're here at the Keldagrim Stonemason to spend. We need a marble block for 325,000 coins. Are you sure? Yeah. Then we also need a marble block for 325,000 coins. And we are sure. And then, we also need gold leaves. Things can't be expensive if we don't cover them in gold leaf, obviously. And this time, at 130,000 coins a pop, we need 6 of them. Buy 5 gold leaves for 650,000 coins. And then another one, leaving us with 3.3 million. It's still a lot, and it's still fine, and it's gonna be worth it. Back to the house. Building mode on. And we're gonna grab a hammer and saw here in our super convenient workshop. Hammer. A saw. Or saw and a hammer, case may be. First thing we need to do is remove our old kitchen shelves here and build the best ones. Teak shelves 2. More expensive because of all the gold leaves. Letting us have fancy gold trimmed stuff here. Like this fancy cup. Porcelain with a nice gold trim. How fancy. And now we need some tea. We could do that ourselves, or we could talk to the demon butler. I'm at thy command, my master. Miscellaneous. Make tea. Thou shalt taste the very tea of the demon lords themselves. I don't know if I want that exactly, but sure. He will make the tea for us. Fill the teapot, get the tea leaves, boil the water, pour it in a cup. It really is super convenient. What else do we have a butler for then? He can do stuff for us. And also serve some kind of food. Behold, thy beverage is complete. Dost thou wish its dark heart softened by the milk of the cow? No thanks. And there is a cup of tea. Lovely. Unlike the previous shelves, which didn't cost piles of money and gave a +2 construction boost, the fancy tea gives us a +3. So if we remove this altar here, that deleted our tea for some reason. Sure. Go make me another tea. Just because we refreshed the house, that deleted the tea. How bizarre. What all requires resetting the instance? It's definitely questionable. It's just an altar. There's larger things that exist. We just need to wait for him to make another tea for us. I probably also have deleted our own tea. There's a lot of things in here that you can't take out. So, that's okay, I guess. No, I'm fine without the milk. 1. Fancy tea. Drink it for +3 to build the Gilded Altar. 75. It automatically went down to 74. It's on a 1 minute refresh system. And we managed to hit it just in time to lose our boost instantly. Boosting stats can sometimes be a whole pain. We also probably could have just went and got the Crystal Saw, because that's also a +3 boost. But in other instances, having this is just more convenient than going and getting like a stew boost or anything. It's only a +3. Stews can get up to a +5, later +6, and the saw stacks on top of that. So with the saw and the T, we can make +6 boosts really easily. With just the T's, we can do +3s. Just the saw, also. There's also things that technically don't use the saw. That's okay. Gilded Altar, for real this time. Look how snazzy that is. This will give us the maximum bonus prayer XP for offering bones here. Then we can get even more bonus XP by lighting the incense burners with Marintils. Of course, getting Marintils available is kind of awkward. But 250% for just the altar, 350% with both of the burners. Once we can actually get like noted herbs, especially Marintils getting together, that'll do nicely. But now, actually training construction. Because we still really do want higher levels in order to more effectively make better costume room stuff. We're getting there. 72 could technically boost up to 80 with a stew and saw. But we need higher level than that still. And we still have a little bit of money left. That should be okay. And so, we just leave the portal, chop some oak logs right here, turn them into planks, and make oak larders. But inventory space is an issue. Each oak larder is 8 planks. So if we get 24 here, we could just make 3 and it'd be super easy. We need the money, the hammer, the saw. Those are completely required. We need an adamant hatchet, which is the best one we can have right now. And if we didn't have the crystal bow, we could just wield that and that'd be fine. That does mean, if we want to do this as simply as possible, get rid of the Draman staff, or lunar staff, and teleport 33 times here to use up the runes. It's just so much more convenient than running between the tables or whatever. Gets the most out of our time waiting for the butler to go to the sawmill too, so I'd say it's worth it. If we need to teleport out, do some stuff, we can use the Lumbridge home teleport, run over to Helymore Sane, buy some law runes and other runes. For the most part, the only thing we would need to do that for is tree seeds, which is very possible. Since we're going to be chopping all these oaks. Should be great. First level of the grind here. Construction. 73. That is nothing. But later, pit ogres and some prawn brokers. There's a lot of things in construction. Even not counting the things that don't exist yet. Wild stuff out here. Also planting all of the seeds that we get from the bird's nests. Could be having a rabbit foot necklace on, but that would be another inventory space here for the glory. If I didn't have a weapon, I could wield the adamant hatchet, swap out the glory here for the rabbit foot necklace, get more nests. Still getting plenty though. Here is 65 farming. That's pretty cool, because that is a quest requirement. And also Arguay. So those are two things that don't exist, but good to have checked off the list. Here is 74 construction. Look at that. it is a few unlocks here. Check this. We got mahogany thrones for the throne room, gilded mahogany dresser, which is definitely a thing. Gold leaves, my goodness. A large trapdoor for accessing the dungeon area. Oak doors down in the dungeon, which are technically a very nice training method, using 10 planks at a time instead of 8. But then we can only do 2 per. We have to send the butler with only 20 planks instead of 24. And it's very quick to just make another larder. Also, we need to make a dungeon, then we'd have to run into the dungeon every time. Just really not worth it. We could put guard dogs in the dungeon at the cost of 75,000 coins. Up to 28 rooms. And later, a bait barrel decoration. So, not really much we really need. And as usual, construction unlocks. We could just boost for them, so. What we actually unlocked is probably things that are 8 levels higher, which we'll worry about later. Getting 65 farming was actually super convenient right now. Got a palm tree seed from Bird Nest. If we try to plant this, it needs 68 farming, which is 3 levels. So we made a garden pie, which boosts 3 levels. And now, we can start having a palm tree. I'm just gonna put it here, since we have this we can get rid of. Going to get quite a lot of experience when this grows. Here is a big milestone. Level 75 construction. What a nice level. And all kinds of things here. Like 2 quest requirements and a whole new room. The treasure room for the dungeon. Very exciting. We don't really have a dungeon because we don't need one. And we're not going to make a treasure room. So anything that goes in there is not helpful. Anyways, we got the mahogany wardrobe for the bedroom, which also don't need that. Changes outfits, don't really need that at all. Get some magic trees for the gardens. We have the tree spot empty, and a magic tree would look a little bit out of place with our current aesthetic we're going for here. Put a large fountain in the formal garden. Don't even have one of those. Big garden fences, also for the formal garden. Wooden dungeon treasure crate, which is for the treasure room. Not the greatest treasure in there. You got a wooden crate being protected by a demon. Of course, if you want to put your demon boss in your final dungeon room, it's going to cost 500,000 coins. Which is pretty wild. Put up a steel cage in the oubliette. Make the gilded marble altar without boosting. So we could have skipped that whole mess. But wanted to make sure I had enough money at the end here. So getting that done first was reasonable. It wasn't too bad. Also, later things. We got the Start Room Prayer Altar in Daemonheim, the Dusk House Lighting, and the Workshop Tier 3. Yeah, lots of stuff at level 75. Just need one more level here. 125,000 XP, and the XP rates are reasonable here, so that shouldn't take too long. All of these planks and seeds coming from logs and chopping of the trees. Oak trees. Wood cutting. Every time we succeed. 94 wood cutting. And that is, much later, a crystal tree. How fancy. Probably would not want to chop that with an adamant hatchet, but here we are. Lots of XP for levels in the 90s. And the woodcutting experience is definitely the smaller amount compared to the construction XP. Well, that's okay. And lastly, level 76 construction. And that is a whole bunch of things. Mounted shark, square wall mounted shield, tall fancy hedge, roses, bluebells, man trap, and later mounted great white shark. It's a whole thing. These are not things we need to worry about. I suppose if we get a big shark, we could totally put that in the house here now. It's not very common, but it could happen. What we really care about is the level boosts that we can get using the crystal saw and the tea. We're going to be making some better things. Alright, 9 mahogany planks, a cup of tea, the saw, runes for teleporting around to get all these things. Time for some upgrades. First up, the fancy dress box. Previously, could only hold some of the outfits. But if we destroy this, remove it, and build the mahogany one, we can get everything. There's nothing in here, so we don't need to worry about inventory space for this. The other one's slightly more of a problem. Like the magic wardrobe here, which has full ghostly and full lunar, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things. We have 5 slots. That's not ideal. Let's see here. Do we have space in the armor case currently? That's also the one we're dealing with. Rupia, lumberjack, rock shell. Yeah, we can make that work. Moving some stuff around for inventory purposes. Put the spine in here, and then we can take out the lunar, put on most of it. Still got a few spaces that already have stuff on it. And then also take out the ghostly. Okay. Well, that is the magic wardrobe. Can currently hold 4 sets, even though we're only using 2 of them. So realistically, upgrading this is not a huge deal. Close this, remove it. And this one we can actually accomplish with only the crystal saw. That's very convenient. Mahogany magic wardrobe. Canal store, 5 sets. Oh boy. Don't think we're really ever going to need to put 5 sets of things in here. What else have we even put in here? Dagenhai, I guess. Lab coat, I guess. Not really much. Unfortunately, that is still only 5 sets. If we want to get 6 sets, we need more levels. And then all of them is incredibly high level of construction. Back to the armor case here. Got all the spine, and the rock shell, and the larupia. Put on the spine. Take out the lumberjack. That is now empty. Did have the maximum number in here, which was 4. But if we get rid of this right now and build the mahogany armor case, that holds every single piece, which is a massive upgrade. This will require the tea and the saw, and at the exact level. So drink this, quickly make it mahogany armor case. Alright. So now, if we wanted to go get the bomber jacket back, I guess we could. Just have that in here. Put some ham, put in some white knight stuff. Just everything. Everything that ever gets added to here, we can put it in. And at least when it actually exists. Some things take a while. And then the fancy dress box now holds every possible thing. Not that we get any of the random event outfits. And all this other stuff is later. And that just leaves the other 3 sections here. For the cape rack, we could upgrade, but the next upgrade isn't really useful at all until we want to be storing 6 skill capes on here. And we only have the 1, so not really necessary. And would also cost a gold leaf, so not really worth it right now. But it is available. The toy box holds everything possible at whatever level you're at. So upgrading it doesn't even upgrade it functionally. Would look more cohesive in mahogany though. And lastly is the treasure chest. We're storing all of the clue scroll stuff. Currently doesn't store all the levels, and all the levels have also slightly changed what boxes required for them. We can make the highest tier, stores all the things, treasure chest here. But it would require us to get the saw, invisible +3, and then the spicy stew, visible +5. And that requires getting the spices, and that requires a cat. We don't have a cat, so we need to get a kitten, and they're really, really bad at catching rats, so not really worth it for something we're not even going to use right now. But once we have a cat again, and a wily cat, and a place to put the cat, this is a possibility. That'll be much, much easier to deal with. With that, we're basically at the construction level we're going to want to be for quite some time. Eventually there's going to be more requirements and upgrades and such. But for the time being, 76 is good enough. Also, we really can't afford to be getting more levels right now, especially with other money-using things coming up soon. So that is a good place to stop. And then, updates. Varrock is the place to be for the update on May 29th, 2007. A full graphical rework of the entire city and surrounding areas. You got all sorts of changes. Things looking more broken down, things looking fancier. Really giving a contrast between the city. More decorations in the pubs and shops and such. So overall, making it look fancier. And also more of a mess. Yeah, all sorts of stuff all over the place here. Updates in the castle. Updates even further out, like the pub near the wilderness, which is definitely somewhere you want to go. Overall, lots of stuff going on. Let's go in here to the library, grab some books. It's going to be important for also part of this. Because another part of Varrock that was massively updated was the museum. Previously, it was just a fairly small situation with a few random bits. Nothing super crazy. But now it's got a whole thing going on. Lots and lots of stuff. Talk to the curator here. Let me get some information. Welcome to the museum. Welcome to Varrock Museum. Very good. Treasure. Got any news? We have an expedition underway at a rather interesting island in the north of Mauritania. That might be of archaeological significance. Oh, that sounds interesting. Indeed, we're looking for qualified archaeologists to travel there to assist the expedition. Would I qualify? In this scenario, perhaps you might want to consider helping more here at Varrock Museum. A slight change to how this works. The kudos system. Helping at the Varrock Museum. Lots of things to do. They also have all these new display cases. showing all sorts of information, like soil layers, various finds they found at the dig site, which is the first direction we're going to go here. Hey, museum guard. Welcome. Would you like to go into the dig site archaeology cleaning area? Yes, I'll go in. They let us in. Now we are in here. This door. Hello, you're that student who recently finished all 3 earth science exams, aren't you? Come to help us out. I wouldn't say we finished the dig site exams recently, but we did. How can I help out? Well, you'll need to get your equipment first. It's all there on the tool rack. Use what you learned from your earth science exams. You'll need to be wearing your leather gloves and boots, as well as have access to your trowel, rock pick, and specimen brush. Take the tools from the wall. Your trowel, your rock pick, specimen brush, leather gloves, leather boots. And now, we are prepared. How can I help? Now that I have all the supplies. So you have your equipment, well done. To really give us a hand, you could clean some finds for us. They're mostly done, just some fine work to finish off. Take a find from the pile the workmen are bringing in, and then use the spare tables over there to clean them on. Find anything interesting, let us know. We'll see it's good enough to go on display. Take dig site specimen rocks. Sort the pile of finds. They all look a bit like rocks to you. You ran rock, now to clean it. We're gonna have one to clean on the tables. Would be ideal if we could take multiple at the same time, that's okay. Clean the find with our brush here. Doing some real archaeology. Find crumbles to dust in your hand. Oops, those pressure will see that one. And then we take another rock and do it again, over and over. Looking for all kinds of special things in the finds. This time we find an old vase. It's chipped though. We show it to him. Take a look at this. Clean up this old vase. Ah, the vases. I lost count of how many we've found of those. Well, a completely intact one is in display case already. Just add it to the crate of finds over near the door. If there's anything already in the crate, feel free to take it as a reward for your work. Alright. The crates over here. Storage crates. Put in the garbage and get other garbage. This time we got iron bolts. There's a whole pile of random garbage in there that we could get. Not going to worry about that. So instead, we're just going to keep cleaning these uncleaned finds until we find things that are actually of interest. Some old jewelry, very basic, nothing special. What we need are interesting bits. Like a fancy battered coin. Looks pretty good. Let's see what he thinks about this. Take a look at this. Wow, it's a really old coin. Is it of any use? What have we here? Oh, this is very interesting and confusing at the same time. This coin means that the city we're excavating at Varick dig site, Soranthium, was actually inhabited much earlier by followers of Zamorak, at which time the city was known as Sentistan. The most remarkable discovery is we have other evidence indicating the Zerosian followers were resident before the Ceranomas took over, but it also seems that Zamarakian forces used it during a battle of some sort. Stone allows us to roughly date when the city changed from following Zeros and Zamorak to following Saradomin. We're in display case 44. Case 44 it is. So we find new things, and then put them in these cases. We could look at the display cases, decide, look at which one is actually case 44, or just use them. There you go. And that gives us the first kudos. These will be useful in the future. Well, in the present, and in the future. But for right now, back to cleaning. You know you found something fancy if it's shiny. Like this old Saradomin symbol. Looking good. Take a look at this. Found this really old decoration. Any use? Wow. That's in rather good condition, isn't it? An old altar decoration by the looks of things. From the Saradominus city, no doubt. Put it in display case 36. Case 36 it is. Okay. Symbols. Looking cool. Put that over here. We also have other things in here, like the basic jewelry, the one not chipped vase they found, various arrowheads, the symbol and the tablet that we found during dig site. This whole section here is really just about this dig here. Also finding more garbage and breaking things, so that's fun. This pottery looks to be in decent condition. Jump to him. Take a look at this. That's a piece of pottery. Any use? Yes. Made by Zeros worshippers, by the looks of it. Beautifully shaped. This would go nicely in display case 39. This piece reinforces our evidence that the city was occupied by Zerosians before Saradominists. Case 39 it is. Already had some pottery over here, but it was more Saradominist pottery. So we got contrasting Saradominist and Zerosian. Interesting. More history of the dig site. Here's another coin. Supposedly shiny. Doesn't look too shiny. It's alright. It's old though. That's what counts. Look at this. Clean this old coin. Any use? Oh my, what a wonderful find. If this is what I believe it is to be, it allows us to date the dig site city. And look here. It's the name of the city too. Saranthium. That must be the Saradominist occupation. This is a wonderful find. Take it to display case 45. Alright. Another coin. We already had a coin here. Now we have another different coin. Again, showing the different times for the city. Ancient Saradominist symbols are always a good find. Very decayed. Take a look at this. Sounds crumbly old decoration. Is it of any use? Ah, that looks like an altarpiece. Yes. From the area's early Saradominist worshippers by the look of it. Quite delicate too. Display case 37. Alright. Yeah, multiple bowls, multiple coins, multiple altar declarations. And that is all of the finds here. They're all gonna have information about each of the things. Just a little bit of extra lore and such. There's a lot more display cases to look at. There is one more thing that we can get from digging here, although it might be a little bit rare. Don't really need it, but finishing things while we're here, I suppose. Well, it did not take the over an hour it possibly could have. And there is the clean necklace. Take a look at this. I found this pretty necklace. Interesting, yes. It looks like it's enchanted. With what? Oh, I think it's just a benign teleport spell. I tinker in magic when I'm not doing archaeology. I can teach you how to make more necklaces like this. Amazing that they had this kind of knowledge back then. That would be good. Where is the teleport to? All the indications are that it's somewhere to the east of us, but I'm not sure how far. Perhaps it was a teleport back to Saranthium. Let me just take a closer look. Archaeologist takes the necklace and turns it over in his hands, studying it closely. Archaeologist shows you the technique for this particular spell. Requires 5 runes arranged around a cosmic rune and level 49 magic. Casting a spell on a crafted ruby necklace of your own. You can make enchanted ruby necklaces. So I just make a ruby necklace and use 5 fire runes and cosmic rune to enchant it. Yes, indeed. Well done, youngster. Thanks for helping us. There you go. The dig site pendant. Teleports to the dig site. How fun. Not that we really have many uses for going to the dig site, but it's here. Let's put the rest of our stuff in here. See if we get anything interesting. We grabbed a few random coins out of here. Nothing crazy. The real reward from here is a 500 XP lamp, which is used for some accounts that can't get XP in any other way. It's not good though. It's not good at all. And we didn't get one. Unfortunate. Even herb lore for us, would be better just training the skill instead of hunting for incredibly rare XP lamps for like 1,000 XP an hour or something ridiculous. But anyways, we've got more floors of the museum here, like downstairs, where we can talk to Orlando Smith. Good day there, mate. Good day. You alright? You look a little lost. Well, mate, to tell you the truth, I think I've come guster with these displays. Come a what? Guster and no mistake. My boss asked me to put together a quiz for the visitors. But to be dead set with you, I wasn't paying much attention to me boss over there. I've done a bit of a rush job. You mean the natural historian? Yep, that's the bloke. Say, mate, you do me a favor? Perhaps. What do you need? Well, you look like a pretty smart copper. Could you take a look at the display plaques and give them a run-through? Sure thing. Bonza, mate. I reckon 3 questions per case should be bang to rights. Take a gander each case, and I'll look over your shoulder and give you some advice. Will do. The natural history section, where you have got buttons that activate little events with all the animals going around, doing things. A fun little time. And the plaques, where you answer various questions. How do snails capture their prey? Spit an acid. Nice job, mate. That looks about right. What does Athenia mean? Giant acid-spitting snail. Not right. Try again. What is the trapdoor snails used to cover the entrance to their shells called? Canarium. Nope. How do retain snails capture their prey? Spit an acid. How do snails move? Contracting and stretching. Nice job, mate. Looks about right. Yeah, that's all of them. And we can get this information somewhere, perhaps. We just need to answer the questions and it gives us what we need. This also gives more kudos. Some of their noses, what snakes used to smell. Tongue. Some snakes use venom to kill their prey. What do the other snakes use? Constriction. Lizards and snakes belong to the same order. What is it? Squamata. And you just keep on going around to all the plaques, answering questions. 2 fangs on the sea slugs. Latching on to objects. Kinda. Oh, there are sea slugs similar to snails. They move very slowly. Also true. Which way coastline you find sea slugs are doing? There's no negative for answering all the questions wrong. Just need to eventually get it right. 2 things are for attack. Nope. Hellcasts. Nope. They feed on blood. Nope. Why has the museum never examined a live sea slug? The researchers keep vanishing. And they feed on insects. Nope. They feed on seaweed. There you go. Well, basically, you can just spam through the answers and eventually just get it right, too. That's another option. Type of primes for monkeys. Simian. 2 families of monkeys. One cranium, the other is harmless. What do cranium monkeys take a deep dislike to? Chili. Nope. Monkeys love bananas. What else do they like? Bitter nuts. And then, that's basically the whole thing. We got monkeys, sea slugs, snakes, snails. We got terror birds, the cowfight queen. How fancy. Penguins, moles, camels, leeches, tortoises, desert lizards, dragons, and wyverns. So, a whole bunch of stuff. Also various museum goers wandering around, having a grand old time. I'm just going to spam through all of the answers for these. Get this quiz completed. And the final question about the cow fights. Lowest guys are workers. There you go. And that's all of them. Kudos, 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 kudos. Love to see it. Anyway, how you display has come along. All done. Corrected the mistakes. Beaut, mate. The best news I've had all day. Glad I can help. Right. I'll have a chat with me boss over there and let him know you've helped me out. You know, with all this new information you've absorbed, or you can say you're more experienced in slaying and hunting now. Oh, thank you very much. No worries, mate. You take care now. Goodbye. That is the other reward for doing the natural history quiz here. 1,000 Slayer and 1,000 Hunter XP. Enough to get a new account straight to level 9 in both skills. Not much of consequence for us when we already have level 70 and 83. That's good to have, though. That's something. Very good. Up to 78 kudos. We can expand that by going up to the next floor and talking to Historian Minus. Hello. Hello there. Welcome to the Varric Museum. Can I help you? I've got some information that might be of use in your displays. All the information we've gotten from all the things we've done, that's grand. We're always glad to have more facts. Now tell me what you know. Well, I was asked to retrieve the Staff of Armadil from the Temple of Ikov by Lucen. But instead, I helped the Guardians of the Staff and banished Lucen from this plane of existence so that he could never again return. I saw the staff and can describe it for you if you want. Yes, please do. Describe the staff in detail while the historian takes notes. And then, you see it pop up in one of the displays. So we're filling in a whole bunch of stuff here. That's excellent. I'll get a display put up right away. Display number 28, end of the Second Age. Well, I infiltrated 2 of the gangs here in Varrock. Would have only been 1, but changes to Shield of Arav. We have gangs. Yes, anyway. I should cover both halves of the Shield of Arav. Halves. Yeah, so the gangs had a bit of a tiff, you see. Anyway, I got it reassembled, the shield, presented to King Roll to get my reward. Yes, we're most pleased to have the shield returned. As was the king, I imagine. This is wonderful news. Should make sure the display is updated at once. Display number 24, 4th Age, year 700 to 800. Oh, and before I forget, found this old lamp lying around. Since you've done such a sterling job, we'd like you to have it. Oh, a random bits of taps. Thank you very much. You're welcome. It's even an old lamp. I helped to rebuild the observatory near Ardoin. I had to fight to do it, and learn how to use the telescope too. I can draw you a diagram of the observatory, if it would help. That would be, help immensely. Restored it, eh? And it works, you say. Excellent. Perhaps we can get some real stargazing now. Display number 17, 5th Age, year 70. I helped to free the wizard Merlin by using Excalibur. Is that some kind of spell? No, it's the sword. King Arthur's sword. What kingdom does he rule, then? Anaka, one of the kingdoms of Terragard. There's a slight change here. Was Britannia. We're changing things up a little bit. Haven't removed all of the King Arthur stuff, but now it is Terragard instead of Earth. Lore. Consistency. Where on Gillinor is that? It's not. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Now the King Arthur's knights are really biding their time here in Gillinor till they're called back to their own world where they're needed. That's amazing. She's from another world. Well, this is interesting. I'll make sure to put a display up immediately. Well done, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Display number 9, 5th Age, year 132. Oh, before I forget, we've got this old lamp lying around. You've done a sterling job, we'd like you to have it. More tap for me, yay. Old lamp. Well, I recently defeated Delrith, a demon. I did it by using a sword called Silverlight, which is apparently the only sword that can do it. I can give you a description if you want. Delrith, incredible! I'm grateful to you for letting me know. This is only more about Silverlight. I'll get a display erected. It's number 25. 5th Age, year 20. I helped the gnomes save the Grand Tree. Oh, I helped to save the gnomes' Grand Tree. I did it. They didn't help. Oh, you mean those little green fellows with their gliders? Yes, I uncovered this nasty character called Gloff, and ended up being ambushed by a black demon. A black demon? How did you survive? Oh, I was fine. After the demon it was all downhill all the way. And King Narnode allowed me to use the mine of the tree and free passage on gnome gliders. You mean that those flimsy things can fly with more than a gnome in? This is unexpected. She'll update the display immediately. Display number 10 upstairs in the middle of the room. You know Bob the cat? The little black cat that wanders around sometimes? Sure, most people know him. I found out a lot about his background. Turns out he was once human and helped to banish a dragonkin once. Dragonkin? Tell me more. Well, you see, it started when Bob went missing and involved a big sphinx in Sophanem, the city of the dead, and we taking care of Unferth. This is starting to sound familiar. It must, you know Reldo, the Varrock librarian, who knows all about Robert the Strong. You mean that was Bob? Wow. I'll get a display erected immediately about the history of this brave warrior. So number 20, 4th age, year 1 to 100. I found out more about King Lathis' ancestors. Oh, it'd be interesting to hear this. We have a painting of him upstairs. Indeed. Turns out that there was a big battle in the year 98 of the 5th age. One of his ancestors became king because he survived it. Ah, is this related to that small museum near Ardoin? Yes, it is. Ah, yes. We've been meaning to make a display on that for some time. They sent us some information too. I'm glad you reminded me. Got that done now. Display number 46, 5th age, year 98. Oh, before I forget, we got this old lamp lying around. Since you've done such a sterling job, we'd like to have it more tact. Yay. Welcome, lamp. Some disturbing and heroic news from Mauritania concerning the River Salve and the 7 priests. Oh? Yes, it seems that the 7 priests were also warriors. Drew back the nasty things coming out of Mauritania. Then started and blessed the Salve to stop them getting back. Quite worrying that it's just a bit of water keeping them there. The Ceridoma will protect us. I've no doubt. Thank you for your information. We'll get a display put up. Display number 23, 4th age, year 1100 to 1200. Some disturbing heroic news from Mauritania concerning the River Salve and the Temple Knights. Ah, the Temple Knights. Little is known of them. Yes, it seems that the 7 Knights drove back the nasty things from Mauritania, and Ceridoma blessed the Salve, came getting back. We're in its little Ceridoma, protects us, no doubt. I would say that was the same thing twice. Might have been a different bit of information we're supposed to be doing there. This is quite the dialogue tree they got going. So as long as it keeps going. Let's go to the truth behind the Carnelian family fortune. Oh, is that the family over near Ardoin? Yes, I got a bit involved in family business. And I found a secret cult in Ardoin. Found that the Carnelian family started building the city of Ardoin from a house they captured from a Zamrakian lord. Started pulls out his writing influence and listens while he explained the whole story. How exciting. We get a display put up immediately. Display number 7, 5th age, year 7. I discovered a tunnel and a cult of chaos mages here in Varrock. Oh, whatever can we do? Calm down, I've arrested their ringleader. Well, thanks Ceridoma for that. So tell me the story. Well, I met Rat and he asked me to get his folder, and then I got mixed up with Surak. A rat asked you to fill a folder? No, Ratburgus. Anyway, it turns out this cult has been trying to get to the king, but I stopped them. Arsene is scribbling furiously on his pad and finally turns to you. Actually, to save you some writing, I have this book here that has a lot of information. You can have it if you want. Why, thank you. This is a bit of a revelation. I'll get a display put up immediately. Display number 3, 5th age, year 70. The mages let me in on the secret of rune crafting. Ah, that. Tell me more. Can't tell you much. But I do know that rune essence can be mined from a secret place, and then using the altars and talismans, I can change them into runes. Sounds like magic to me. Get a display put up immediately. Display number 21, first display of the 5th age. Very good. Again, hello. Welcome to the Varrock Museum. Can help you. More information. Grand. So you know. Well, I found out more about the Staff of Armadil from a ghost. Seems that Zamorak was immortal when he got hold of the staff. He used it to, well, spear Zeros and somehow ended up becoming a god. It was a bit confusing. Now that is what you call a story. To know more about that, I can put it into display. You recount the tale of the battle between Zeros and Zamorak. So you heard it from the ghostly swordsman. This is wonderful. Shall have a display made immediately. To go with the staff model, display number 28, end of the 2nd age. Oh, and before I forget, we found this old lamp lying around. Since you've done such a sterling job, we'd like you to have it. Oh, random the 10th, thank you very much. You're welcome. And that is everything. We got different display cases, things that are missing, no information this time. 153 out of 198. 153 is the max to start. All these different symbols, all this different stuff, all the different places, all the adventures we went on, and all these lamps that we got. Rub, obviously for Herbal XP. 1000 XP, 1000 XP, 1000 XP, and for doing the Curse of Zeros, 10,000. purple XP. Lovely stuff. We don't need this other book. There's also the final upstairs. We got like the glider and the painting. And other more recent things. And later, a mysterious cape, which we're not going to worry about right now. But yeah, well, that is the museum. Plenty of rewards to be had, like a bunch of XP. And we're about to go get some more XP too, back on the ground floor. Before getting all the kudos, we get more stuff. Talking to the information clerk. And oh, hello there. I see from records that you've helped us out a bit. Father knew an awful lot about all sorts like mining, crafting, and such. Pass his tricks on to me. Would you like me to share? Yes, please. Feel more knowledgeable in mining, crafting, smithing, slayer, prayer, and hunter. Various amounts of experience for getting 50, 101, and 151 kudos. Wow, thanks. Most welcome. Anything else I can help you with? No, I think we're good. No levels from that, but a good chunk of random XP. So that's nice. Yeah. The museum. Pretty cool. The whole idea of the kudos system is that they're going to be going to a new island later. And eventually that happens. In a different way, entirely. That's okay. While all this stuff in Varrock was the main update for today, other things also happened. Like Defon's amulet store in Brimhaven, giving the better prices for people that completed the Easy Karamja Diary. Not that he sells any amulets, but that's fine. The rune display case in the player-owned house was somehow in the wrong place if you added a staircase. So that's been made to be in the correct place. Shades would attack you from far away with melee attacks, which shouldn't happen. That's fixed. There are some holes in the fences of the Ardoin Zoo. That's not good. Using the lunar spell Dream, you could auto-retaliate while sleeping, which doesn't make sense. The cows in the Crafting Guild area and a tree in Miscellanea have been put back on the ground because they were floating away. Captain Donnie has eyes back in his head again, where they're supposed to be. The Ring of Life won't teleport you out of the fight cave anymore, since it's not even dangerous to die there. The website login screen has been updated to visually look like the rest of the website. And the Lores and Histories section of the website was renovated, adding the last parts of the Legend of Arav, similar to the Schiller Arav that we had up in there. And that's not the end of things on the website, because on May 30th, 2007, Postbag from the Hedge, number 19, answering your letters from, well, to Gloff, Elves, Lord Draken's secretary, even did a crossword puzzle from the Wise Old Man, which may have some secrets. Also a wallpaper of the Draken family. That's nice. On May 31st, more secure website login, an updated look, improved again after the last one, and the first guaranteed content poll. Where should the second achievement diary be located? Eventually we're just going to get to everywhere, but where should we focus first? On June 1st, 2007, behind the scenes. This month is going to be mostly a variety of forum suggestions and smaller updates. So, lots of things to look at. The one quest is going to be quite the tale. We've got graphical updates for lots of stuff, and some imp-related shenanigans. On June 4th, 2007, another post about real-world trading being against the rules. Another 4,738 gold buyers permanently banned. Making examples out of two more. One with 1440 total and 92 days played. Another at 1500 total with 113 days played. My goodness, stop it. In more of the bug fix section, spellbook swap works again. Was messing up. Some songs have been renamed. A song called Gnome was changed to Goblin Village because it was at Goblin Village. And Gnome theme is now Dwarf theme because it was with dwarves, not gnomes. There's a bracelet mold in the Crafting Guild, finishing once again all the possible things you get in the Crafting Guild. King Rold had a dialogue which double greeted you, so that's been trimmed and fixed. He's got a lot of different dialogues for when you're doing different things, so not too surprising it eventually gets kind of messed up. Text colors on items have been improved. Previously, everything was just yellow, and trying to see if it was a larger stack was awkward. Now, if it goes over 100,000, it turns white and has the K, like we have with the money. If you go over 10 million, it is in millions and is green. Later on, when the max cash changes come into effect, way later, we're gonna get trillion, billions, trillions, and quadrillions. Not that anybody has a quadrillion of things, but future-proofing and all that. Anywho, continuing in the graphics department, over in Canifis, there's been an update, and now looks slightly better. Also, werewolves, wolves, and dogs. Very themed, the graphical updates. That works pretty nice. Oh yeah. Just a little bit more spooky and vibrant and all that. Looking like it does in old school, essentially. We're definitely getting close to the end here, where the split is happening. It's coming. Oh, wait, is it coming? But before we get there, we've got the next quest. Specifically, we've got Grim Tales. Requires Witch's House, 45 farming, 52 herblore, 58 thieving, 59 agility, and 71 woodcutting, which is quite the list of requirements. Lots of higher levels here, for sure. 71 woodcutting is definitely quite the level, but clearly the herblore and farming would be more of a problem for most people. At any rate, items required: 2 vials of water, 2 clean terramins. We can just put those together to get 2 terramin potions unfinished. Leather gloves, a watering can with some water in it. Also want to bring a seed dibber, axe, leather gloves, and probably some food to be good to defeat a giant. Level 68, used to be level 138, but unless it's been massively buffed, pretty much all pre-EOC stuff is a bit of a mess. At any rate, so collect our things and get over to Taverley. With the Taverley rework much later, I think a lot of things have moved around. The quest is now starting over here. Silas, how's it going? Hello there. My name's Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Ah, good day, young adventurer. A good day indeed. Silas is the name. It's lucky for you that you met me. Why? What do you mean? Well, it just so happens, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic, that I have something you simply must have. Intriguing. Really? What is it? Beans, my friend, beans. Why would I want beans exactly? I mean, beans are good, of course, but I'm pretty sure I can get them anywhere. Ah, but not beans like this, young Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. No, not at all. These are magic beans. Okay, then. What do they do, exactly? An excellent question. Excellent indeed. What do they do? What do they do? Yes, yes. A most excellent question. Okay, so are you gonna tell me what they do? You must plant them in the ground, water them well, then the magic will work its, magic, yes. Plant them, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. So, can I have the beans then? All in good time, my excitable young friend. All in good time. Few things in this world are free, you know, and beans, magical or otherwise, are no exceptions. So, how much gold do you want for the beans if I decide to buy them? Well, you see, now I'm a collector of rare and unusual trinkets and objects. Not much in value, but very important to me. Oh, okay, I see. Right. Well, I think that for magic beans, I'll need something magical back, and I know of just the right items that would help my collection. Okay, so if I get these items, you'll trade them for the beans, is that right? Yes, excellent. You do catch on quick. I can see that we will become great business partners indeed. Oh, yes, yes, indeed. Yes. What items do you need me to find, then? Assuming I still want those beans, of course. Not that I do, but I might. Well, there are two. The first item should be nice and simple for you to get for me. I want a griffin feather. Now, this is not just any feather. This one is special. What's so special about it? There's a griffin named Grimnash, who lives in a nest on one of the peaks of White Wolf Mountain. It is one of his feathers that I want. But although this task should be easy, you must be careful. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Grimnash has a very bad temper and even sharper claws. Okay, thanks for the advice. And what's the other item you need me to find? Right, well, the second item is this. I know of a dwarf named Rupert the Beard, who has a very fine dwarven helmet. I'd like you to see if you can obtain it for me. Okay, where can I find him? Travel northeast from here, and between the Goblin Village and Ice Mountain, you'll find Rupert in a tower there. Okay, seems simple enough. Get the helmet for you as well. Excellent, yes, yes. Now, is there anything else? Do you have any weird items in your collection? Haha, weird items. Oh, yes, yes, indeed. Yes, many items, yes. I see. Can you tell me about any of them? Let's see now. I have the second eye of a mutant two-eyed Cyclops. That was a rare find indeed, and a tidy price, too. A two-eyed Cyclops? Wouldn't that be a normal giant, perhaps? Whatever do you mean? How many mutant two-eyed Cyclops do you think there are out there? Not many, I'd wager. No, I guess not. Well, what else do you have? Well, I'm glad you asked. Most prized possession to date. Through my connections, I managed to acquire a hornless unicorn. Really, that's amazing. A unicorn without a horn. Yes, yes, indeed. Indeed, yes, and I'm very proud of it, too. It's an exceptionally lucky find, I must say. I expect so. On to other things for now, then, I guess. Of course. Anything else you wanted? I think we're good. What do you need the feather for? I told you, Hardcore Art of Ironman, Artic. It's for my collection of magical items and trinkets, weird and wonderful thereof. Thereof. Yes, I was quite happy with that word. I think it went rather well in the last sentence, don't you? I guess, if you say so. Yes, excellent, yes. Now, anything else? I should be off then. Excellent, excellent. Best of luck, my friend. I'll be right here waiting for your return. Alright. We need a feather and a helmet. Easily done. Easily done. Feather from Grimnash on the peak of White Wolf Mountain. Much like the town really changes, the mountain has also changed. So exactly where we need to go to get to Grimnash is slightly different. It's up on the mountain though, so everything works out. It's not next to the magical glowing portal, but it's next to the wolves, which we continue to not really worry about. Grimnash. There he is. Oh, this guy. He is an evil-looking griffin. Hello? Human? Human, come to Grimnash. Grimnash, please. Grimnash hungry. No, wait, I didn't come to be eaten. What human come for, then? Grimnash, tired and hungry. Be quick, human. Answer Grimnash before Grimnash eats your legs. I've heard you're a mighty griffin. Ah, human here's right about Grimnash. Grimnash, great and mighty griffin. Now what human want? Grimnash tired and can't sleep. Must make awful howling racket, keep Grimnash up all night. Perhaps I could help you get to sleep in some way. Is there anything I can do?
When Grimnash's little Grifflet, Grimnash's mother Griff, used to tell bedtime story to Grimnash. That always helped Grimnash sleep.
So you want me to tell you a bedtime story, is that right?
Yes, Grimnash likes stories.
Right. Well, I'm sure that shouldn't be too hard. I know lots of stories.
Good. Grimnash likes stories. Lots of death and fire and destruction. Grimnash ready.
Death and fire, okay, let me see.
I make story good, otherwise if no sleep, Grimnash more hungry. Okay.
Don't mess this up, or he'll eat your legs. Very good. You got all sorts of options here, which death and destruction, blood and gore would not come from some of these options. Like the little bunny called Flumper. I'm gonna go with, there once was a graveyard filled with undead.
Graveyard is a good place for story. Is undead all horrible and ugly?
Yes, I suppose they could be.
Grimnash like this story. Go on, go on.
There lived a skeleton called Skullrot.
Oh yes, Skullrot. That's a great name. Grimnash liked this name. Maybe Grimnash called himself Grimnash Skullrotter. What human think?
I'm sure nobody would disagree with you.
Yes, Grimnash Skullrotter. Grimnash liked that very much. What happens next? This good story for human. Like it.
Skullrot was angry.
What's Skullrot angry about?
He was angry because he had a headache.
A headache? That daft idea. Skeleton's not having nothing in head to ache. Grimnash think he was making story up? Not real, because story like Mother Griff used to tell. Now, just eat human instead. Ow. Ah.
Bite. Pain. Should be more careful. He could eat you at any moment. Dun dun dun. Skullrot was insane.
Yes, insane. Grimnash liked that word. Grimnash's mother always say Grimnash's daddy insane. Grimnash's daddy eat own claws. Grimnash laughed.
Now she cackles in a way you can only imagine must be a griffin's laughter. That's lovely. Shall I continue?
Yes, Grimnash liking this story now. Go on.
Okay, so Skullrot was completely insane. Off his rocker, one noodle short of a bowl of spaghetti, not quite all there. Anyway, he was out haunting his graveyard one day. He came across a small gnome.
Grimnash not like gnomes. They string and chew and not have much meat for Grimnash's belly.
Sorry to hear that. Anyway, the poor gnome had somehow got his foot stuck under a fallen gravestone. And Skullrot hungrily grabbed the gnome's hair. Skullrot wrenched the gnome out with one hand, pulling hard on his hair. Poor gnome's foot snapped out of the gravestone, went crack on as his foot dislocated.
Ha ha ha, stupid gnome. Serves no right for being stringy and chewy. What happened next?
Well, the poor gnome, Nobby was his name, was in terrible pain and fear as to what would happen to him next.
Grimnash not care what gnome's name is. Grimnash not give food names. Someone called Carrot Jasper or something. Tell the rest of story.
Okay. Anyway, the gnome was in awful pain, so Skullrot took him back to his home in his grave where he did stuff. All these are concerning. But obviously there's only going to be one correct answer. Dialogue trees and all that. Started to strangle the poor gnome. Very violent, very Grimnash. The gnome struggled with cold, bony fingers that were trying to end his life, to manage to pry himself free.
Oh, it's getting good. Grimnash like this. Grimnash feels sleepy.
Okay, it was all the little gnome could do to crawl painfully across the floor away from Skullrot. He was busy getting a pot to put the gnome in. Then, when all seemed lost for the little gnome, he suddenly saw something that might save his little life.
What little gnome see? He must not escape. Grimnash hungry to think of it.
Okay, don't worry, we're almost done.
Good. Grimnash getting sleepy.
Looks like Grimnash is almost asleep, but I think of the best way to finish the story. So then, the gnome looked up and saw what might be his best chance to get out alive. A sandwich, some bones, a hole. He saw a big axe leaning on the wall. He crawled painfully, oh so painfully, over to the axe. He could use it to kill Skullrot. As he grasped the axe, he realized it was a lot heavier than it looked. In fact, much heavier indeed. He couldn't hold it over or stop it from falling off the wall. Shunk.
What happened? Human, tell Grimnash. As the axe fell, the poor gnome could not get out of the way in time, and the razor-sharp blade fell crack and killed him instantly. And so Skullrat was pleased to find he had a nice dinner for that night. Sat down for a big supper at the end. What do you think, Grimnash? He's sleeping. Looks like that did the trick. Grimnash snoring loudly. I'm gonna grab the feather and get out before he wakes up again. Take a feather. While he's sleeping, so he doesn't eat my legs. That's the dream. Not getting my legs eaten. Alright. And then, I'm just gonna get the second thing. A helmet from a dwarf in a tower between Goblin Village and Ice Mountain. Definitely quicker to come over here to Falador. We're going to need to get up to this layer here. All the various cliffs and such. Making movement around. Slightly awkward sometimes. But we manage very easily. We also still probably could go and get the Lunar Staff back at some point. Don't really need it for right now, though. So, inventory space. That's a positive. Here's the tower. There's Rupert up there. Open the door. Appears to be securely locked. Excuse me, you can't go in there. Oh, sorry. And you are? Miazgra. Hello there. Oh, hello. Who are you? Who am I? Why, how impertinent. I'm Princess and I'll be spoken to like one. I'll be off with you. I have no time for scruffy adventurers like you. Okay, never mind then. How rude. How rude. And so, I'm just gonna go over the wall here. Getting a fraction of an agility XP. Which is definitely something. Other door's also locked. I'm talking to a drain pipe though. Hello there! I say, where on Gillinor did that voice come from? Hello there, can you hear me? Why, yes. Yes, I can. My word is that. Is it one of the gods? Gothics, perhaps? Saradomin? No, I'm neither of them. Egad, you're not Zamrak, are you? I mean, begging your pardon, of course, my lord. No offense intended. No, I'm speaking to you through the pipe here. I'm at the bottom of the tower. Oh, I see. Oh, yes, how clever. Remarkable idea. However, did you think of that? Good show, old bean. Who are you? Rupert the Beard, at your service, old fruit. Rupert the Beard? Yes, old Root. On account of my wonderfully long beard chin, you see. Bearded chin. What are you doing up there exactly, and how come you talk so strangely? What am I doing? Well, I guess I'm stuck in a rather of a matter of speaking. Dear me, yes, I'm stuck, and I speak in the king's speech, I'll have you know. Really? Which king? Which king? Why, the king, old spun. The king. Only one worth mentioning, in my opinion. And you're not related to Sir Tiffy by any chance, are you? What? That Nelly Pemmy Nimcompoop? Non, you're Nelly. More fluff in the years and sense, that man. I see. Well, is there anything I can do to help you up there? By Gothics, I know how you can help me. Sure, what can I do? Hey, what's that noise over there? Is someone there? Ye gods! We can't talk like this anymore. Need to find a way up to speak to me privately, old boot. Why? I don't understand what's going on. That woman is a princess. She's holding me prisoner. If she sees you, I'll be in even more trouble, and who knows what she'll do to you. Right, let me have a think then. We climb the drain pipe. Much too old and rusty to climb. Decide not to risk using it. Taking the drain pipe. I think I might have an idea. Jolly good show, old bean. What do you suggest? You could climb down, I could climb up. Could talk to the princess. I could kill the princess for you. That solves all our problems. What? Kill the princess? Sure, she doesn't look too tough. Whatever's gone into your head, old warhound? Kill the princess? No. That won't do as a sort of around here. Oh, she's kidnapped you. Surely that makes her evil. Well, yes, of course, in a manner of speaking, yes. But that still doesn't give you the right to go around lopping people's heads off because they're not very nice. No, there must be another way. Keep thinking. Okay. But it would have been fun, though, wouldn't it? She would have never seen it coming. Blam. Yes, I get the idea. Don't be a sport and think of a better idea, right? It would totally work, though. It totally would have worked. I could climb up. A worthy endeavor, I would say. Possibly with its merits, yes, indeed. How do you get up here? Try to climb the walls. Anything up there that can help? I can fly. That's not true. Something down here can help. I could ask the princess. You got anything up there? Not really, old spoon. There's not much up here except for me and my beard. Haha. Wait, that's it. What's it, old banana? I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Rupert, let down your beard. Hey, let down my beard? Have you lost it down there, old chum? Going a bit loopy. No, I mean hang your beard down over the tower and I'll climb it up. Climb up it, okay? Aha! Excellent idea, old tomato. Here it comes then. Climb a beard. Oh boy. The dwarf's beard. And we are up. He has beard all the way out of the window. What a long beard. My goodness. Aha, you've made it. Well done, old sausage. Yes, it's quite the climb. You have a very strong beard. Indeed I do. Indeed I do. So what can I help you with? Ah, straight to the point there, what? Good show, old carrot. Good show. Now, let me explain. A bit of a fix right now, you see. The princess down there has this horrible relative who happens to be a witch. A witch? Let me guess. Would this witch be her evil stepmother? A stepmother? No, good lord, no. No king in his right mind would marry a hag like that. No, this is her evil second cousin twice removed. I see. Go on. Right, well, a young gnome friend of mine by the name of Winton recently disappeared while delivering ogre roots to the market in Draenor. Really? What happened to him? I don't know exactly. Someone told me he was last seen talking to a witch before he disappeared. Okay, so how can I help? My investigations brought me to our friend the princess down there, old Pinata. She is related to this witch, and I mentioned I was, showing a bit of interest in her to get her to give me information. And then what happened? She invited me back to her tower, saying she would tell me all I wanted to know, and I walked in the door. She slammed it shut behind me. Goodness me, how rude. Yes, indeed, rude indeed. Then I was hammering on the door, I heard a hissing sound and smelled something strange. Next thing I remember, I was waking up to find my armor gone. Then the wench must have taken it. Okay, let me go talk to her for you then. Excellent, good show, Old Spice. Off you go then. Climb down, Rupert. It's a system. It's a system. Back to... Yes. Hey. Pardon me, your ladyship. Ah, what nice manners. So hard to find decently mannered young people these days. My name is Princess Miarsworth. Pleased to meet you, Princess Miarzer Mazes Misaquispes Marzipan. Miarzra, with a silent Q. So, Miazra. Oh, okay, I see. That's an unusual name. Where is it from? My birth certificate. Now, how can I be of help? I didn't notice there's a slightly embarrassing looking dwarf in the tower here. Oh yes, that's right. I'm waiting for someone to be collected by someone. Your second cousin, twice removed, by chance? Why yes. That was a very clever guess indeed. She's actually a very powerful witch. Now allow me to reward you in some way, since I'm feeling generous. My second cousin is always telling me that knowledge is power, so here's a bit of knowledge for you. As I said, my cousin is a witch. She's also a lover of music. She has a lovely gramophone. She keeps a piano in her basement. Why, I have no idea, but you may find it interesting to examine. What's so special about it? I've seen pianos all over the place. I don't really know. I know my cousin goes on about the piano a lot, but I've played it many times. I can't figure out what she likes it so much. I see. Thank you for the useful knowledge. As I was saying, my second cousin, twice removed, is coming to collect this dwarf. She'll find out why he's been snooping around. She has most persuasive methods. Yes, that's actually why I came to speak with you. I was wondering if you couldn't let Rupert go. He's a nice fellow, and I can't think he's done anything wrong. Ah, that won't matter to my cousin. She values her privacy above all else, you see. Surely there must be something we can change your mind. Anything you want. Well, I suppose there is something you could do for me that might make me change my mind. Okay, what's that? I was at my second cousin's house the other day when I suddenly dropped a very valuable pendant that I was wearing. The chain must have broken, you see. Okay, go on. Well, no sooner had I touched the ground when all of a sudden a mouse ran out of a hole and into the wall, took my pendant in its teeth, and disappeared back inside its hole. As I'm sure you'll believe, I was most upset with the pendant was a gift, as the pendant was a gift from my mother. Simply must get it back somehow.
So you would like me to find it for you?
Oh yes, please. It means so much to me. If you are able to find the pendant for me, I'll let your dwarf friend go.
Very well, I'll find it for you. Okay. What's the pendant look like?
It's a lovely gold pendant.
Particularly valuable?
Only to me, really. It's not worth much and isn't magical. There's a lot of sentimental value. It's my mother's pendant. She gave it to me on my 10th birthday.
And where are you the princess of exactly?
I'm the daughter of a great and powerful king in a land far, far away.
How far exactly?
Far, far.
Oh, what's the place called?
Asgarnia.
Asgarnia? Are we in Asgarnia?
Well, yes, I suppose. But that doesn't mean it's not far, far away from somewhere else.
I see.
I am the great niece of King Valence himself.
How impressive.
Yes, isn't it? Isn't it? Now, is there anything else?
Nope. I should be off. We can accomplish this.
Very well. Good luck with finding my pendant.
To the witch's house. Literally, the witch's house. Over this way. Again, in a slightly different location. That's okay. We're going to need to get the key to the house, which is right out there. Let's need inventory space. And probably an inventory space for a few other things. One problem at a time here, though. Over here. Let's get in and get to it. Past boy. Eventually gets named Harvey. Brilliant for him. Witch's house. Been a while since we need to go in here. That's okay. Look under the plant pot. Grab the key to open the door. Head downstairs. And get all the stuff we need here. Leather gloves to open the gate. Search the music stand. Pick it up. Read the music sheet. Dun 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 dun. Music. Use the music sheet on the piano. Play it. Open it. If it's sealed, you can't open it. We got the music sheet here. It's got the music. We need to music. E F E D C A E G A. Let's see what we can do here. E F E D C A E G A. Search piano. 4 items. Search it. You find a to-do list for the day. Some sort of odd potion recipe. Can only describe as a shrunken vegetable of some sort. Right. Don't need the music sheet. Get rid of that. Shark, shark. Shrinken recipe. Shrink me quick recipe. Leave a pteromin and shrunken alga root. Mix the pteromin in vial of water. Check. Then add the shrunken alga root. Drink when standing within an area. Prepare with glyphs for the potion to have full effect. Take 1 dose only for a new perspective on the world. Make the potion. The potion swirls and steams within the vial. Almost looks as if it's trying to make itself smaller as you look at it. How fancy. Pick up a shark. Don't need the recipe. Pick up the other shark. Inventory space. What a thing. And then, the to-do list. Things to do. Take out the rubbish. Buy a new record for the gramophone. Check a shrunken alga root supply. Feed alga roots to my darlings. Wash the bed sheets. Hang out the washing. Practice the piano. Terrorize the little brat with the ball again. Trim hedges and garden. Floss warts. Plot revenge on Fritz's murderer. Fritz was the other experiment. And we are the Fritz's murderer. So, this is our problem. We can also go and see the little darlings over here. Open the door again. And in the manhole.
climb down here for experiment number 2. Very odd looking creature indeed. Our accuracy is awful, apparently. We can defeat these though. No real reason to. Well, they will drop more of the Oggle roots. And there is Winkin. We'll talk to him. 21% accuracy is pretty terrible. They don't even have a weakness. It's wild. Some things' defenses are a little bit out of control, TBH. And we get Shrunken Oggle roots. And Terramins. Everything you could dream of for here. There's Winkin. Why are you in that cage? That evil witch put me in here. She's kidnapped me. That's awful. Why'd she do that? She wanted the secret of my Oggle roots, so she did. Your Oggle roots? I don't think I understand. What secret is that? Well, now I've perfected a spell that would grow an Oggle root to an enormous size. That's amazing. How do you move Oggle roots around if it's so big? You know, I had a very same problem, so I came up with a simple solution. Used a spell I learned from a chap called Larry to shrink them down really small, so I could carry the whole bag filled with them to the marketplace. Then when I got there, I would use the growing spell once more to make them huge and sell them for a tiny sum. That's amazing. How does the witch fit into this? Well, that old witch, she is a sly one, I tell you. She found out my spell and kidnapped me along with my bags of Oggle roots. She wants the secret of the spell, but I ain't talking no sir. So she's been feeding my mini Oggle roots to those ugly things over there. So she hasn't found out the spell yet? Not yet, no, and I still ain't telling her. But from what I gather, she's started to use the Oggle roots in some for potions for something. I don't know what, though. I see. Can I get you out of there somehow? No, it's okay. I want to keep an eye on what the witch is up to down here with these odd creatures. So you'll be alright? Yes, I'll be fine for now. Good luck with your tasks. Alright. He's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Let us use these potions and all that. Don't need the to-do list. That. Grab the key again. Go through the door. And this time, we got the witch glyph here for shrinking. Drink the shrink me quick potion. Shrinking time. Drinking time. Ah! And we are very, very small. And our eye glows are enormous. Amazing. And immediately inside, where we fight a rat. Or even a mouse. Just very big. Drops giant regular-sized bones. Shrinks as we touch it. And giant regular-sized coins that shrink as we touch it. Wild stuff. This is a little rat hole. We got nails and grates. Looking around in here for that pendant. Got nails here, nails there. Various paths we could take. This is we have a dead end. Climb down the nails into the holes. Around and around. Being chewed on by mice of unusual size. Only because we are of unusual size ourselves, of course. All in a bit of a maze here. Kinda sorta. Climbing up, climbing down, climbing all around. There's only so many directions here. I'll figure it out eventually. Climbing around. Over there is the pendant. Climbing here. Climbing there. Up and down, all around. Grab the pendant. And there you go. Shrunk down. Perfect. And that is all we really needed in here. Can go out another way and deposits us in the experiment room or something. Don't really need to worry about that. We'll just get back over to the princess. The potion wears off when we get too far away from the symbols, so that's good. It would be awkward to try to explore the world as smaller than a mouse guy. Would definitely be a different perspective, that's for sure. That's okay. At any rate, we got the pendant that we needed. So now we should be able to get Rupert out. So that's nice. I'm sure he'll appreciate being free. And that's always a good time. Alright. Miasra? I found your pendant, Princess. Miasra? Oh, how wonderful. I'm so grateful. Your second cousin has some very strange creatures she keeps. Oh yes, those are her little darlings. I shudder to think what she might do if something were to happen to any of them. Really? Oh yes. Why, only last month, one of them got out for a wander. Some horrid farmer attacked it with his ear. With his ear? Indeed. Tried to choke the poor thing with it. Anyway, my cousin went into a frightful rage and turned that wretched farmer into one of her own chickens. We had a lovely roast meal that day. Happy memories. I feel a little ill. Oh dear, I hope you're not coming down with something. Now, can I have that pendant, please? Will you agree to let Rupert go free? Of course, the pendant means more to me than anything. Here you go, then. Thank you, brave adventurer. I will release the dwarf now. Hooray! Rupert! Princess looks pleased. And unlocks the gate. Lovely stuff. Sound of heavy footsteps. My Sarah Doman, my armor's here on the stairs. It's coming down the stairs. Well, that's better. Walking. There he is. Freedom! Ah, sweet freedom. It's good to be alive, old sweet shop. Thank you for freeing me, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Thank you, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. You've done a great service for me and all dwarves and gnomes. I'm just happy I could help. Hey, what happened to your long beard? Where'd it go? Ah, don't fret, old penny whistle. It's still here. The front of my armor is specially crafted to allow my beard to fold up inside, do you see? Oh yes, I can see it. Now, that's pretty clever. Indeed it is, old cheese. Now allow me to reward you in some way. I'll have as my armor. You are welcome to take any piece of that you wish. Can I have the helmet, please? Of course, of course. Here you are. Here you go, old pumpkin. What are you doing now, Rupert? Thanks to you, I can carry on my investigations. Good show, old Brussels sprout. I'm glad I could help. Alright. Rupert's helmet. Sturdy helmet, belonging to Rupert the Beard. Got the Griffin's feather, one of Grimnash's feathers. That's both things. And to make our way back to the start and turn these in. Hey, Silas. Let's get these beans. Hi, Silas. I have Grimnash's feather for you. Ah, good work. Let me take that from you, then. Also managed to get the helmet for you as well. Excellent, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. I'll take that as well. Hope all this work wasn't too difficult. Difficult? You have no idea. There are huge creatures trying to eat me, other creatures trying to tear me apart, witches, gnomes in distress, princesses. I had to deal with them all. Goodness me, I'm glad I sent you instead of going myself. What? I mean, I knew sending you was the right thing to do. I was sure you could handle anything that came up. Now then, the beans. Yes, that's what all this was about, wasn't it? Some beans. Must be worth a lot for this much trouble. Actually, the beans are almost worthless. Worthless? So why did I go to all this trouble for you? I'm not particularly happy about that. Calm down, my young, hot-headed friend. There was a good reason for getting these beans. Now that you've proven yourself worthy of being a competent and trustworthy treasure collector, I can tell you the use for the beans. As I said before, these beans are magical. There's a specially prepared mound of earth right next to us here. Plant the beans there and be sure to water them well. You need to have some knowledge of farming for this. Okay, then what do I do? When the beans are planted and watered, they'll grow in an enormous plant of some sort. Not sure what exactly. At the top of the plant is our prize. A prize? What exactly is this prize? The ultimate collectible item, my dear friend. It's rumored that in a land of clouds where none dare to tread, lest they plummet to the earth, lies a goblin made of gold. A golden goblin. Yes, yes, indeed. A golden goblin. Legend tells of a time when goblins discovered gold in an abandoned dwarf mine and began to mine and smelt it. What for, nobody knows. Something evil, I'd wager. The goblins produced a great smelting works, overseen by a particularly smart goblin with a head for business. Gobbleback was his name, for he was shrewd, cutting, and he loved gold. He worked his fellow goblins day and night to produce more and more gold until finally he could stand his hard labor no more, and they mutinied. They mutinied. That's right. They turned on him. No one was sure about the exact events, but somehow Gobbleback fell into one of the smelting pots of liquid gold. That's horrible. Was he killed? Well now, goblins are tough little creatures, and he did manage to somehow crawl out of the pot, covered in hot molten gold. He was smart indeed. Even smart people do foolish things. He threw himself into a nearby water trough. But surely that's what anyone would have done. Why is that a bad thing? Ah, well you see. When you take a hot liquid metal and cool it instantly, it becomes rock hard straight away. That's how blacksmiths make their weapons and armor. Oh, I see. So Gobbleback became hard as a rock? That's right. And that's the way he stayed ever afterwards. So legends say, at least. And the cloud area will be waiting for you when you've planted the beans to find this golden goblin. Let me see if I have this straight. You plant the beans in this mound of earth, water them, let them grow into some big plant, climb the plant to get to the cloudy area, find a golden goblin and bring it back to you. Exactly right. You've got it. Now did I mention about the giant? The giant. That's right, the giant. No, I'm pretty sure you didn't mention any giants. What giant? Now would be a good time to mention it if you were going to. Alright, sorry, might have slipped my mind. There's a bit of a largish giant up there, but shouldn't be anything to worry about, but I think you might have the goblin you see. So how exactly do I get the goblin then? Well, you'll probably have to kill him for it, but a big strong adventurer like yourself shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever with that, I'm sure. Here are the beans as promised. Okay then, to recap. You plant the beans over there, water them, let them grow into a big plant, climb the plant to get to the cloudy area, kill a giant, find a golden goblin, bring it back to you. Oh, well done, you do pay attention. Good luck. Thanks, I think I'm going to need it. Magical beans. The earth mound. And the beans are dry ground. Should give them some water as well. Water it. Sense something about to happen. Slightly obstructed by this tree. It grows. Boy, does it grow. All the way into the sky. Kinda. Wow. Here he is. The beanstalk. It continues all the way to the clouds. Let's climb it. Whee! Climb the huge stalk. We find Glod. Look at him. He's got melee attacks. That'll turn off your prayers. Attacks that move you away and closer to him, like that. And his health doubled in 2024. He's really not as dangerous as he used to be. Especially damage-wise. He rumbles the entire world here. And he's dead. Goodbye, Glod. Cloud Giant. Don't get too many of those. One golden goblin. Got a ruby and a sapphire here if we wanted to bother with that. We get some money from that. I have this ruby and a sapphire. Don't really need big bones or a watering can. There you go. All the other skeletons, the people that failed here, I suppose. Okay. Climb back down the beanstalk. There you go. Boss fights. Some not as difficult as they used to be. Alright. Hey, Silas. Silas, I found the golden goblin. Excellent work, hardcore auto Ironman Artic. Now that the giants will likely have friends, it's too dangerous to leave that stalk up like that. Okay, so what should we do? First, we need to take that goblin from you. Next, we need to cut down the beanstalk as soon as possible. Hope you're a good woodcutter. Find a hatchet. Any hatchet should do. Cut down that stalk as soon as you can before another giant finds out what we've done and comes for us. Right. Chop the beanstalk. It's too thick for you to cut through. Perhaps there's a way to make it thinner. Shrink the stalk. It's very effective. Something's about to happen again. Oh boy. Stalk becomes thinner. Still very tall though. But definitely slightly shrunk. Cool. And now, with a reasonable wood cutting, we chop. Attempt to cut the beanstalk down. Timber! And it falls. All of it. Yeah. I'm sure they didn't fall just all over Falador or something crazy. There you go. One bean stump. Problem solved. Cut the stalk down. Yes, it's done. Good work, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. At last, we can relax. You completed our task and you've done me a great service. Glad I could help. Now let me reward you. You may have wondered what possible use I could have had for Rupert's helmet. It did indeed seem like an odd item to look for. Ah yes. However, tucked inside the helmet is a tiny bottle of a very special potion. It's made by a witch south of Taverley, but Rupert must have found it. Not knowing what the potion was, he simply tucked it away in his helmet. Not more potions. I've had enough potions for now. Relax, my friend. This potion is almost harmless. It is actually a particularly strong hair tonic. Oh, that would explain Rupert's beard then. Yes, indeed. I also imagine poor Rupert never understood why his beard grew so alarmingly fast. Poor lad. Anyway, I've removed the potion now, and you may keep the helmet, along with your rewards. Don't worry, it's quite harmless. The helmet should help you in your adventures. Quest complete. 1 quest point. 4,000 farming, 5,000 herblore, 14,000 woodcutting, 6,000 agility, 6,000 thieving, and 5,000 constitution XP. And also, Rupert's Dwarven Helm. Once again, no levels. That's okay. Helmet looks like that. And used to have bonus to crush attacks. But now is literally identical to a runeful helmet. Neither of which are any good whatsoever, unfortunately. We can always get this back if we wanted to, which we don't. We're just gonna drop that there. Well, that's okay. Guess we'll go and cut this ruby and sapphire. Drop the rest of this stuff. Put our seed dibber and watering can back away in Tool Leprechaun. Overall, another quest completed. We got a lot of non-quest things coming up. Next time, goodbye.